So I want to talk a little bit about mental preparedness, and it's a hot day. I'll say that. Probably saying that on a lot of videos now. It's a hot day in Texas. It's summertime, pushing triple digits, but I'm in the shade. We'll see if I hold up. See if the GoPro camera holds up. It tends to shut down in the heat. Maybe we'll get something else at some point, but this seems to be working for us. But we want to talk about mental preparedness and not just saying you need to be mentally prepared. What does that mean? How do you become mentally prepared? And I actually got a list. There's a lot of resources online around mental preparedness, but we want to kind of talk through a list. So I've got 8 items, eight line items in my list here of things you can do mentally prepared, and we'll talk through. So number 1 is cultivate a growth mindset. And what's that mean? Cultivate a growth mindset. So think about growth. Think about how you're planning ahead. How are you going to be better tomorrow than you are today? How are you growing as a person? How are you growing your career, your family, your faith, whatever's important to you? How are you going to grow? How are you going to improve? Are you reading books? Are you exercising? I'm trying to do a little bit of that myself, get back into shape. Are you planning ahead? Are you saving? Are you building your community? Are you building up your homestead? Whatever you're doing, try to grow mentally. Try to read, try to do puzzles, whatever it is. So cultivate that growth mindset. Try to continue to grow as a person in life, and that's going to give you strength, that's going to give you confidence, that's going to carry you forward throughout the rest of your life as long as you're growing, whether you're going back to school, trying to get a new degree. I know college isn't maybe what it used to be. Certainly a lot you can learn, whether it's trying new things, learning new hobbies, whatever it is, growth mindset, right? So number 1, cultivate a growth mindset. Number 2 is develop emotional regulation skills, and this is going to depend on you as a person. Some people have a tendency to overact. They might have anger issues, whatever it is. It's that emotional regulation. Learn to control your emotions, control your reactions. They say a lot of things that happen in life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. And I just made those numbers up on the fly, but I think it illustrates the point, right? Emotional regulation. Temper your response. Learn how to react appropriately. Consider the consequences of overreaction, right? And this isn't just talking about SHTF, apocalypse type scenarios. It's anything that happens in life. Regulate your emotions. Don't get your emotions get the best of you, right? Second, number 3 is set realistic goals, but certainly set goals, right? You should have goals in life. It shouldn't just be, I'm a prepper, I'm trying to prepare for the apocalypse. That's not what we're necessarily about here. Set goals. Once again, it's part of that growth mindset, but it's having those goals in life, whether it's you're building a business, you're trying to get ahead at work, right? Whatever it is, whatever goals are, you should have goals that you're working towards. Savings goal, new job goal, new skill goal, whatever those goals are. Building up your pantry could be a goal, right? You should have goals. We should all have goals. Things we're working towards, things you can achieve. And the idea of the realistic goals is as you're achieving goals, you build up your confidence, you build up your strength to get to the next goal, and that's going to help with mental preparedness. Mental toughness is achieving things, achieving goals, believing in yourself. So set realistic goals. Strengthen your support system, and I think that's very important. You're always going to have lone wolves, and that's cool, right? People that say, hey, I'm alone, I do it on my own, and I understand, and that's okay, right? I get it, but in general, a lot of studies have shown people that have a support system, that have friends, that have family, have someone they can call if something goes wrong, tend to live healthier, happier, longer lives. So having that support system, having those friends you can call if you need help, if you need someone to talk to, building that community will help. Once again, help with your mental preparedness, having that strength, having that support, knowing there's people you can fall back on. Also practice self-compassion. So self-compassion is love yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself, right? People are going to make mistakes. And as we said, 10% of things that happen to you, 90% of how you react. Same thing when you make mistakes. Same thing when you don't meet a goal, right? You've got to have that self-compassion. Give yourself a break. Do the best you can. Strive to be better. But don't beat yourself up, right? You don't get anywhere doing that. So self-compassion is absolutely, I think, important, is to be your biggest advocate, right? Be your biggest fan. Don't go too deep. Don't kill your self-esteem for no reason. Number 6, step out of your comfort zone, and I think this one's an important one as well. You know, they say try something every day that scares you. That's a saying out there. I'm not sure that's realistic, but stepping out of your comfort zone means learning new skills. Hey, if you've never gardened before, you see the garden there in the background somewhere, try gardening, right? You might say, I don't know how to garden. Well, that's stepping out of your comfort zone, right? Learn how to garden. Try to do new things. Try to try new things. It expands your skill set. It expands your mind, your horizons. Just trying new things. Step out of stuff you've never done before. Try it out, right? Test your comfort levels. Get more flexible, and that builds that mental preparation. Develop a daily routine, and I suppose a lot of people have a daily routine. I know I'm very routine, because first thing I got to do when I get up in the morning is take care of the animals before I go to work. Got to feed the pigs, feed the chickens, feed the turkeys, check all the waters, do basic stuff. So a routine is very important, but think about what you're including in your routine. Are those healthy habits? Are those unhealthy habits? And start to pare them back, maybe pull back some of those unhealthy habits and think about some healthy things you could roll into your routine. I mean, even, hopefully you're all brushing your teeth, but that's an example of a healthy habit that you have in your routine. Maybe it's working out, maybe it's going to the gym, maybe it's making lunch at home instead of buying lunch out. Healthy things, maybe financially smart things you can develop into your daily routine that could make a big difference over time. So it's not just about having a routine. Oh, I get up and I go to work and then I come home. It's think about what is your routine and how can you maybe make it a little bit better, right? I think that's an important thing to have. And then keep your connections strong, and some of that is having that support system, but more than just having a support system is building those friendships, right? Having people in your life that you can trust, that you can enjoy their company of is very important. Having those connections, people you can reach out to. It's not just about who can help me in an emergency, who can help me in a disaster. It's having connections, having other people in your life, right? People you trust, people you know, people you can do activities with, right? Whatever it is, having that support system. So mental preparedness, right? I think it's pretty critical. Certainly physical preparedness is important as well. But without the mental game, you watch shows like Alone. I'm a fan of Alone, and you see some of the seasons, and you can tell it's more a mental game sometimes than it is the physical game. It's the people with the good sense of humor that are going to last longer than the person that maybe has the most experience, right? Because at the end, it's sort of a grind. In those kind of survival situations, I'm not saying everything in life has to be a grind, but you look at these survival shows, these survival situations, and they're not eating a lot of food, and they're not sleeping in a comfortable spot, and they're cold. It becomes mental preparedness, mental toughness, and I said that'll carry you through a lot of things in life. It doesn't just have to be, I'm preparing for SHTF, so I got to be mentally prepared. Preparing for a better job, I say you should have those goals. You're preparing to excel, to succeed in life, mental preparedness, right? And those are all different things that can help out. So I hope that helps out. I know I'm kind of looping there. Before we wrap up, just want to thank. We've been getting a lot of new subscribers lately, and we really appreciate that. We always appreciate new subscribers. Appreciate the comments, the conversation. Once again, it's building those connections. I've actually met some people off the YouTube channel that are actually good friends now. So building those connections, I think, is really, really important. For me, this gives a chance. Reach out, try to share knowledge, but learn as well. We're always happy to learn new things here. I think it's just life. It's just what's important in life. So as always, thank you for watching, and we appreciate you.